All right, so welcome to Ad People of the Year. My name is Danny Winter. I'm one of the VPs of Special Events for AAF Reno. And we will be recording this event, so you can always tune back in tomorrow or anytime in the future. We'll post it on the website so that you can reference back. We, as everyone knows, this has been a really crazy time, as everyone says, unprecedented times, and planning this event was definitely a feat. We moved it a couple times, but always making sure that we wanted to celebrate our Ad People of the Year to the best of our abilities. So what we'll do is we have some introductions, we have our acceptances by our recipients, as well as a few other little fun elements. So we'll have part of our board came in to do some videos for you guys. So feel free to use your little reaction buttons at the bottom for claps or thumbs up or anything. We want to make this kind of different than, it's still a Zoom call, but we want to make it a little bit different than some of the Zoom calls that we've been on. So let's go ahead. I'm going to hand it off to Tom, who is my co-VP of Special Events for AAF Reno. We'll go ahead and start it up.
All right. Thanks for coming, everybody. I really do appreciate it. I know some of you have been there for the recording, but you know, we're happy to have you here as well to help celebrate for everyone here.
Hi, I'm Annie Switzer, President of AAF Reno. I'd like to welcome you all here tonight to celebrate the best and the brightest in our industry and our community. I'd like to thank Edgar from ECR Media for filming tonight. Jeff Dow for so generously hosting tonight's small get-together for the recipients. Inside Studios and Tyler Borns for filming of the introductions. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't thank our special events group who put this all together. That would include Danny Winter, Tom Kohler, and our VP, AAF Reno VP, Lacey Scott. So I want to thank you all for your support and the good work that you're all doing. You make Reno shine, and it is appreciated. I don't know where our community would be without people like you, and I'm just so pleased to have you all here tonight. So without any further ado, let's start this party. And we're going to start tonight's award with the Promo Person of the Year, Debbie McCarthy. Let's run that intro.
Good evening. My name is Evelyn Klatt, and I am the Director of Marketing for the Reno Phil. It's my honor to represent the Phil tonight and a privilege to pass the baton of Promotions Person of the Year award to Debbie McCarthy. For the last decade, Deb has been selflessly, enthusiastically, and generously promoting local small businesses and nonprofits in our community, with often no recognition for her valiant efforts. Deb attributes her approach to life and business to her late father, Papa Tony, who often told her that her job was to love, just love. I think it's abundantly clear that she took this lesson to heart. Deb's approach to her work in the community is selfless. She has a welcoming and opening attitude to any new project, and she consistently offers assistance to anyone who crosses her path. And I'm not sure she's ever said no to anyone who's asked her for help. She shows up, and her impact is undeniable. Tonight, we are proud to honor her as a pillar of leadership in our community. I don't think anybody embodies community spirit and leadership as much as Deb. Especially in times when the world is hell-bent on keeping us apart, Deb is working tirelessly to ensure the communities stay connected in whatever ways possible. Born in the pandemic, her latest initiative, Together We Are One Heart, is a social connection campaign that provides blue bracelets to all hospital heroes, volunteers, and community members who never give up and are always giving and sharing their hearts. Deb partnered with Feed Our Heroes to help deliver these bracelets to our heroes and volunteer offices daily to provide meals to hundreds of first responders. The wristbands were included with the meals to remind us that we are all one heart. And when all is said and done and we think back on our careers, I think it's safe to say that a career spent improving the lives of others, taking care of each other, and helping bring people together is the ultimate litmus test for success. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's winner for Promotions Person of the Year to someone who is about love, about community, and about heart. About Town Deb. Congratulations.
Here's my award. I didn't think I was going to go first. I was kind of hoping I'd go last. Well, I knew I wasn't going to go last, but I'm honored to be here, whether it's first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I'm honored. So I did write a speech, but Laurie, if you know me, I write it, but I don't normally use it. But there are a few times when I will look down because it's really important that I get everything right. Because as About Town Deb, we have Debbie talk, which means I can say Home Depot instead of Office Depot. I can call Courtney Chris or Chris Courtney, and they all understand. So bear with me tonight if that happens, because it might happen. But first of all, foremost, I would love to thank the American Advertising Federation of Reno for this incredible honor to be Promotion Person of the Year. I'm so excited to be here among my peers in this room tonight. So every one of you here tonight and every one of you watching virtually and my family and friends, I would not be here without the support of each of you for the last 10 years. It took 10 years to get this point, but so worth it. So this means the world to me, and it fills my heart and my soul with the idea that we are together, like together with my campaign, we are one heart, each of us, we are together. And now more than ever, we need to be together. Doesn't matter who you are, where you are, in what realm, without togetherness and compassion and kindness, we're not going to succeed. But in this room tonight, I see the vision and I see the passion of this whole American Advertising Federation that has stayed together and not faltered. And even through all of this, you found a way for all of us to be together and to join hearts. So with the last 10 years, that has been my goal, to build a team. And my team is over here sitting at my table. And I couldn't be more honored and blessed. And all of you are my team. If you know anything about me, we are all one, I mean it. But this team here somehow 10 years ago saw something in Debbie McCarthy, Deb, About Town Deb, Deb's Pick, Chick Chat, whatever names, City Talk. I've rebranded over and over again because like tonight we have to pivot. So we need to have people around us that get us. They get our hearts, they get our souls, and they know that we want to bring us together. So promoting each other is what matters. No matter what, we have to have that kindness, like I said, and compassion to do it. So these guys right here have been by my side for 10 years through food, wine, travel, nonprofits, and we've rocked it. And without you, I wouldn't be me, and I wouldn't be with us tonight. So I cannot even tell you how grateful I am for your nomination, for your support, for everything. And Courtney Meredith over here reminded me many years ago, we were at one of your amazing award ceremony, and I was a rookie at all this. And I said to Courtney, one day I want to be here. I want to be here. And Courtney goes, yeah, you will. And this is the day. And I just want to, I just feel, I want to get this right, so I know I want to read this. So forgive me for that, because this is a really big deal to me, and I don't want to mess it up for any of you. Courtney reminded me many years ago that I said, one day this will be me. One day is today. And it's truly thanks to our whole team, our whole advertising community, which is each of you. Your passion, your expertise, your wisdom, your encouragement, your knowledge will never be forgotten. And that to me means more than anything in the world. And even Jill here, I've known Jill many years, even maybe before all of this. And I'm just so grateful. So as we continue to build each other up and build our community one heart at a time, I want you to look at your table. There's a bottle of Nevada Sunset Bubbles, and I would like to cheers you, because you are the reason I am here, each of you, following your example and your guidance. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And I have to believe that my dad, if any of you know me, Papa Tony, is smiling down from heaven, knowing that when he said, darling, love is all you need, and remember to surround yourself with like-minded people. I am proud to say, right now, is where I'm meant to be with all of you. So I will end with a quote from a good friend and mentor, Nella Olivo. And Kim was there when he shared this, and he texted me today when I was writing this, so it's meant to be. Remember that a dream is just a dream, and nothing else matters unless you attach intention and attention. You will never miss your target. And my target tonight and forevermore is to be the best representative of our community and for you and make you all proud as Promotion Person of the Year. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rachel Gattuso, and I'm the founder and president of the Gattuso Coalition. I'm beyond thrilled to be introducing your AAF Reno Community Contribution of the Year Award winner, Ms. Abby Whitaker. Except Abby, the firecracker and powerhouse at the helm of the Abby Agency, has been contributing to this community for decades. And while this award may be titled Of the Year, I think it's important to recognize the breadth of what she's given to our area, to you, to me, and to those who are yet to arrive. Abby is many things: cancer survivor, community advocate, public relations pro, fearless leader. She's a brave entrepreneur, turning coffee conversations at her kitchen table into a highly renowned team that rose as one. She's an accessible pioneer, sharing the highs and the lows of her journey to make the road a little bit brighter for those who are coming up after her. She's a philanthropist, using her organization to give back in addition to her personal charitable contributions, both in kind and financial. She's also a community leader, advancing LGBTQ rights and fighting for more funding for our students through WC1. But what I think of when I think of Abby is how her pursuit of the big news outlets in 2013 and 2014 gave so many of us a renewed sense of energy in the biggest little city. She was one of the first in our region, no disrespect to the other practitioners in our area, to doggedly pursue big outlets and cajole them into considering the stories we had to tell outside of the tired slot machine and neon light narratives. When I returned to Reno in 2013, it felt like the city was on the cusp of something truly great. When I mentioned this to her, she told me she didn't get paid for these efforts. She did it as a way to lift everyone else up and to be gracious to those around her. It takes a lot to pursue this sort of coverage without a financier, trust me. It takes time and patience and a belief that what you have is special to turn those sorts of heads. And turn those heads she did. Abby has managed to accomplish some amazing things, but one of the most important is that she's had a heavy hand in bringing projects to life that offer so much more to our population, broadening the diversity of thought and experiences we now enjoy. Abby has been and continues to be a critical player in shifting how outsiders perceive the Truckee Meadows and how, in turn, we glow with pride over our fair city. Abby realizes now what it takes many of us a long time to understand. You can't be everyone's friend in order to make change. You can't placate everyone. You have to take a stand when it matters. It was her work on the Biggest Little campaign that taught her that the greatest things are possible when you bring smart people together. More importantly, it takes strong individuals, not just yes men, who will challenge each other to do better, to reach the kind of change that improves communities. Hers is a refreshing, if not spicy, voice for the region. Her staunch adherence to her beliefs and convictions is something younger generations should take note of. In Abby's words, she's just trying to pave the way for the next feisty bitch. Abby, I guarantee you, you are lighting the way, and for that, you have our gratitude. So without further ado, the woman doing what she can to lift others up, Miss Abby Whitaker.
Can I hire you to be my speechwriter? Is this on? Oh, sure. I don't really need it. I mean, maybe I do.
For the video.
I know, totally. You are amazing. Wow. Gosh, all that from like a 20-minute conversation. Thank you for being amazing. I want to kick this off by saying thank you to someone that I'm pretty sure has nominated me for this award for a few years, and it's someone that does so much for this community, so much for all of us, and that's Courtney. You are a true badass, and
you know, during the beginning of COVID, Courtney, Kurt, you guys were the ones, I'm like, okay, we can make this, we can do this, we'll be all right. Like, we'll swim through this no matter what happens. And that is like truly reflective of our community. And so we do try to lift each other up. We can all be aggressive. I can be aggressive, we all know that. We can all be competitive, but God, you know, girls, chill, girls. I love my girls, I do. Ty, I love you too, but you know, I love my girls. So even though I thank everyone for this award, and I thank you for nominating me, and you know, I'm getting a bit older now, I'm 44, so I feel it's time to pass the torch, honestly, to the next feisty bitch. So Rachel, you're leaving her, you know? And you gotta not be afraid. It's, giving back is one thing, but giving back, like when you believe so fiercely and so passionately about it, and you're willing to have people mad and angry and start yelp chains about how heinous you are, that happens to me, you know. Yeah, it's okay, because the only way you make change, right, is by being willing to go against the grain sometimes. I'm looking at Jill because she gets it. You gotta be willing to push, and you gotta be willing to make people angry sometimes, and that's okay. But the last 5 years, a lot of the things that have happened in the advocacy in the community are not because of me. They're because of some of these people back here at this table. So I'm just gonna call them each out one by one. Every time you guys ask me to do something, and I say, oh my God, I love it, best idea, totally, I'm on board, I love it, I told you I'll donate 50 hours, sounds like a great idea. Okay, then I call Chani. And I'm like, hey Chani, oh my God, girl, love you, you're so cute. Yeah, I love your cats in the background, screeching. Hey, I need you to get this project through for me. I donated a logo and a landing page and some PR, it's gonna be great. And then she calls Connie. She's like, Connie, Abby's donated for a project again. You're gonna have to brand manage it, and we're gonna have to make it come to life because it's her favorite thing of this month, and it's really important, and it's gonna change everything. And then they call Tyson. They're like, Tyson, you're gonna have to do the creative for Abby's latest idea because you know she loves to get involved in lots of projects. Then they call Ty and they're like, Ty, this actually needs real money because she also promised some cold hard cash and you're gonna have to release those funds because that's just who you're married to. So really, at the end of the day, giving back and being a community contributor is about community. Whether that's community is your best friend, whether it's your family, whether it's your coworkers, whether it's the boards you sit on or the legislator that you serve at. It is about community, and my God, Reno is amazing for that, and I hope that we never lose that. I hope we never lose the ability to come around the table and to be willing to throw in our skill set into the pot and say, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, and create great things. Because though we all might compete at some point, the thing that we love and care about, one of our top 10 things, I'm sure for all of us, is this city and this community. Because we are brave. We are strong, we are nimble, and like I said in a recent editorial for the RGJ, Reno, we might get kicked in the balls, but we will scratch. Yes, I said scratch. We will scratch our way up. So remember that. You might get kicked in the balls, but you're from Reno, and you will scratch your way up. Thank you.
All right, so that was our first set of recipients and acceptance speeches. So what we're gonna do is we're going to have a fun little poll to get everyone involved. We're gonna also go ahead and make sure that everyone can unmute themselves. So just in case you were silent for a little bit, maybe you can talk a little if you want. I also wanted to, at this time, there were a few organizations that we left out. So in order to do this Zoom, KPS3 generously donated the Zoom capabilities to us. So we couldn't have done it without them. So thank you so much to everyone from KPS3. Yep, snaps for that. And then we also wanted to thank Annie Switzer, our president. She's been doing so much during this time. She thanked a lot of people in her intro speech, but we also want to thank her because she is really, she went to all the recipients, made sure that they had gift bags, for winning, and champagne and cupcakes and all these different things. So I know that she's been on. Oh, there she is. She's there. But thank you, Annie. Cheers to you. So I'm going to put up a poll on the screen. You'll see it. I'll go ahead and read it out loud. We'll give you a couple seconds to take the poll, and then we'll release the results. Just a little fun interactive thing we have for you. So I'm going to put this up. Our first poll question is, how long has the Ad People of the Year event been put on by AAF Reno? So you should see that on your screen now. You can take a vote. We have some votes coming in here. I'll just wait for everyone to vote. Feel free to unmute if you want to, say, cheer on people or say something. We all know how awkward it is to just talk to a bunch of muted people on Zoom.
You're doing a good job.
Thanks.
Good job, Danny.
Yeah, this is all about me. Thank you, guys.
Words of inspiration.
Yeah. All right, we've got 20 out of 23 voted.
It's going beautifully so far. Thank you so much.
Who the hell are those 3 not voting? Come on, man.
I know.
I voted.
You know what? I'm just going to end voting because who knows? Someone might be drinking or whatever they're doing. Who knows? But let's go ahead.
By now.
Someone needed a refill.
So our answer is 55 years. So if you guessed 55 years, good job. It's been going on about as long. I think it launched when the club launched. So this event has been going on for a really long time, which is kind of why we wanted to, in the year of COVID, keep it going. The other thing that I wanted to bring up was that next year, if we can have an in-person event, who knows, we will honor this year's recipients at that event as well, because we know that typically this event is a lot larger. It's in person. They get, our recipients get a lot of honor in that event. So come again next year too to see them honored as well. All right. So I'm going to hand it off to Tom, who's going to introduce our next segment.
So basically, we had we got a couple of our people together, and we were discussing, the kind of nature of COVID and everything, and we decided that we would share some of our drink recipes. So we got some people together to actually, go through and give their recipe, as it were. So. We'll share this one with you guys right now, and hope you enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Cami, and I am the Marketing Operations Chair with AAF Reno.
I'm Casey. I'm the Graphic Design Chair, and today we're going to be making our favorite cocktail,
the traditional Moscow Mule.
I'm going to start it off and put a couple ice cubes in each glass. Cami and I both really like to enjoy these because they're refreshing and easy.
They're so quick. You only need is a couple ingredients and you got a nice cocktail. First we're going to start with the vodka. Traditionally this is made with 1.5 ounces of vodka. And like most of us adults, we have a hard day at work, so I'm just going to wing it on this. A long day. That looks about right.
I am going to finish this off with some ginger beer. Gonna fill it about 3/4 of the way full. Top it off with a little bit of lime juice. Cami, do you want to give it a stir?
Oh yeah. Yummy. Oh, and let's not forget our party favors. Oop. Cheers.
All right, so we're going to head into our next set of recipients. And after that segment, we will have another fun activity. So tune on in.
Hello again. My name is Evelyn Klatt, and I'm the Director of Marketing for the Reno Phil. It is a privilege to introduce you to the new Promotions Group of the Year, the Community Foundation of Western Nevada, and to Margaret Stewart, who will be speaking on behalf of the organization. The Community Foundation is driven by purpose. They connect donors to meaningful projects, people, and charities, and help realize partnerships and create conversations that ultimately make our community a brighter place. They are connectors, builders, and visionaries that have shaped our community for the last 22 years. The work of the organization is extensive, including one of their most recent resounding successes, the Village on Sage Street. We're all familiar with the affordable housing crisis happening in our community. Well, the Community Foundation saw the need and they had a lofty idea for a solution. And spoiler alert, they pulled it off. The Village on Sage is a unique dorm-style bridge housing community located between 4th Street and the railroad tracks east of downtown Reno. The community can hold up to 216 community lodgers who would likely otherwise be experiencing homelessness, providing them with a safe, secure place while they work towards permanent housing. And today, the Village is 100% occupied. And let's not forget that behind every amazing organization is an amazing leadership team. This includes the Community Foundation of Western Nevada's Communications Director, Margaret Stewart, who has been part of the organization for 20 years. Her continuing vision, passion, and dedication to our community are a true testament to what it means to serve. Without her steadfast commitment to the mission of the Community Foundation of Western Nevada, it would not be the pillar of support it is today. And as a member of this community, I'd like to personally thank you for all the amazing work you've done to improve the lives of Northern Nevadans. I look forward to seeing what else you'll achieve this year. So with that, I'm thrilled to introduce you to this year's Promotions Group of the Year, the Community Foundation of Western Nevada. Congratulations on this amazing accomplishment.
Okay. We get on up for our pictures. Well, Margaret clearly couldn't be here today, but I can tell you the first thing she would say would be kudos to all of you who do and give so much. Just incredible. And we're right about Reno. Reno's a special place, and people give in every imaginable way. Now, the Community Foundation, we found ourselves, thanks to Partolz and Allison Gorlick, approached about this idea of doing the Village on Sage Street. Now, it's my hope that all of you heard about that project over a period of months because the media coverage was unbelievable. And the interest in the project was incredible. And again, it's Margaret working her magic through press releases and conferences and all kinds of photographs and tours that just made that all happen. That was critical for our fundraising. It was critical that the city get that recognition to help with the planning process and to speed things along. It's not just necessarily being aware of a project that's happening like that, it's that the barriers fall when the community gets behind something. And the community only gets behind something when it knows about it. So, fantastic job. It is 100%. It's a thrill for us. VOA is doing a fantastic job of operating the Village. My guess is that many of you heard about the Village on Sage Street, but had not heard about the Community Foundation of Western Nevada. And it's an interesting thing how a project like that can bring an organization like ours more into the public view. So on behalf of Margaret, who certainly wishes she could be here today very much, she's incredibly touched and honored by this award. So thank you.
Hello, I'm Annie Switzer, President of AAF Reno. It's my honor to present the 2019 President's Award of Excellence to ACE Studio owner, AAF past president, and current AAF District 14 Lieutenant Governor Kurt Thigpen. This award is intended to recognize the unsung heroes within the advertising community and to recognize folks that have consistently gone above and beyond the call of duty for the community and the club. Kurt served as AAF Reno president for 2 terms and is only the 3rd person in our 60-year history to do so. During his tenure as president, he elevated our club beyond what we thought possible. He grew and diversified our board, raised money for our scholarships, represented our local club at the National Ad America Conference, and gave tirelessly of his free time to our club. In 2019, our AAF Western Region Conference was on the brink of disaster when Kurt rolled in and saved the day. He brought in top talent as speakers, organized the conference almost entirely on his own, and in the end, our AAF National President, Steve Pacheco, called it one of the most memorable advertising conferences he's ever attended. It's for these and many other reasons that he's been selected for this very special award. Please help me recognize Kurt Thigpen, my friend and winner of the 2019 AAF President's Award of Excellence. Congratulations.
I got tired just hearing all the things I did. So I'd like to thank President Andy Switzer for honoring me with this award. I'm very touched. It's so good to be with you all here tonight, and I'm glad that we're able to do so safely. I'm going to try and read my speech from my phone as best I can. In a way, this feels like coming home for me. AAF gave me a voice when I had none and took a chance on me when the membership voted for me to become president for not 1 but 2 terms. This was, in all honesty, the first organization I truly felt had embraced me after moving here from Georgia in 2011. That is a testament to the inclusivity of the culture we have here among the board of directors and the membership. During my time here, I've had the chance to welcome outstanding speakers to Reno, mentor up-and-comers within our industry, and travel across the country to tell folks from other clubs the great work our club and membership is doing here. It has been an honor and a privilege to have served and to continue to serve as the district's lieutenant governor. It's because of the confidence that you all instilled in me and the leadership skills I learned from my time at AAF that I wanted to advocate more for our community. After I was done, I was like, well, what do I do now? And I got the crazy idea to run for public office this year. Not just that, but a seat on the school board of all places. And clearly a decision that was made over a few drinks. But with the community behind me and with a strong message and advertising strategy, I was able to win a seat on the school board outright in a landslide victory in June with 53% of the vote. Something I didn't think that was possible as a first-time candidate running in the middle of a pandemic. Now, I am also the first openly gay person to do so, which is a huge win and a breakdown of barriers within our community, and that's something to be celebrated. I cannot thank this community enough for believing in me, and I sincerely hope to continue earning your support in the coming years with whatever other crazy ideas I come up with. I'd also like to thank my husband Chris, who is here tonight, supporting me every step of the way. Every time I had to say, I have to go to this event tonight, they need me. He was always there or either with me, making sure I stayed hydrated. I think I will always be a child of the South on the inside, concerned about the future, but always hoping to make a difference in any way that I can. If I could give one piece of advice on the key to my success, it would be to never take no for an answer. If you are passionate about something and if you feel it deeply in your bones, don't stop. Keep going no matter what. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations to that next group of recipients. I love all the little reactions that everyone is sending, as well as the chat is just going crazy. I love seeing all the support. That was one of the things that we really wanted to bring to this event was, you know, in these times, we're not seeing a lot of the people that we usually see at networking events and things like that. So we wanted to make sure that we had that community element. That's why this was not just a webinar. We wanted to see people's faces. We wanted people to participate. We want it all to be, you know, that community again, because that's, you know, that's what it's all about. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up another poll for you guys. It's our last poll, so if you hate them, they're going to be over soon. All right. So our next poll, the question is, what was the first US-based advertising agency? So you should see the poll up on your screen. Go ahead and take a vote. Oh, it's a tie here. We're heading into a dead heat.
They almost did the same thing with the last question, so.
All right, we've got 16 voted so far out of 25 people, so we're gonna wait just a little bit longer and give everyone a chance to take a vote if they want to. I'm gonna say we're good. So only one person got it right. I don't know who it is because it's anonymous, but the answer was Volney Palmer. So
looks like Deb.
Deb got it right. Good job, Deb. Actually, the first US-based full-service agency, I know that's like really cutting hairs here, was Iron Sun, but the first actual US-based advertising agency was Volney Palmer. So have fun. Little games, activities. It's Friday, man.
Yes. And those technicalities are important.
Yeah, they really are. All right, so I'm gonna hand it off to Tom for our last fun drink video.
Yes. So this one is, as you will hear, an original. Our guy actually consulted someone about it, and you might notice at the end of the video he's saying you got to try that. He's looking at somebody, and that actually was me. I did try it, and it is excellent. So I do highly recommend this one. So take notes if you want to get all the ingredients before.
And the recording will be up.
Yeah.
So so you can go back and reference how to make this because you'll want to.
You will. It's very good.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Brian Mann. I'm copywriting chair on the AAF board, and today we're going to make a Gold Fashioned. It's a drink I made up just for this event, so it's going to be interesting to find out how it tastes. It's called a Gold Fashioned for Ad Person of the Year and Addy Season Gold Awards. Ingredients you're going to need are a golden delicious apple, or really any apple, honestly. Bitters, I found these Apple Blossom bitters. Bourbon whiskey, something kind of decent. Come on, celebrate. Some good sugar, the kind of nice brown, raw, delicious stuff. You're gonna need some good cherries. Ice, preferably one big ice block and some smaller ice cubes for stirring. It's gonna go into your rocks glass here. You need a jigger, some toothpicks, a strainer, a stirring glass, a muddler, and your big fancy long bar spoon. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to chop up your apple. You're going to basically want to slice it into quarters. Save one of those quarters for the garnish at the end, and then chop up the rest of it in some big nice cubes, and just about enough that can fill your hand. Next you're going to take your bitters, start getting your old fashioned ready. Usually do 2 to 3 dashes of bitters depending on your preference. We're going to do 3, see how it goes. Again, never made this before, so it should be interesting. So then you take your handful of cubed apples, you drop them in your nice, awesome sugar, and you're gonna just coat them just lightly. This is kind of saving you the step of muddling the sugar in the glass like a typical old fashioned. Then using a pair of tongs, do not use your hands because it will get crazy sticky. You're gonna put all these apples in your big giant serving glass, or stirring glass here. And this is gonna take a little bit of time. Okay, just so you get enough to basically cover the bottom. Set that aside. And then you're gonna muddle this. I like to use the flat end when you're doing big chunky stuff like this. The round end, things will kind of slide up the side of the glass. And you're just gonna push hard enough just to squeeze the apples and get all the juices out. You don't wanna mash this like you're making taters on Thanksgiving or anything. You're gonna get big apple chunks in your drink and that's not gonna be ideal. Just hard enough to push, just squeeze the juices out. Crush a little bit of that sugar. Until you got a nice little, kind of like an applesauce here on the bottom. Okay, set that aside. You're gonna take 2 ounces of bourbon, something, I don't know, medium shelf. This is Woodford Reserve. 2 ounces of that for a nice strong old fashioned. All right, see how your bourbon's in there? You're gonna use small ice cubes for this, for the stirring part, ideally. If you don't have small ice cubes, that's okay. You can probably use big ice cubes, just don't tell your bartender friends. Okay, you take your spoon, and give this a nice stir. Play some intermission music over whatever you're doing. Till that's nice and diluted. Strainer. First, we need our ice, big ice. And we need bigger tongs. Screw it. All right, now we're gonna do strainer over our beautiful, beautiful big chunk of ice. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks awesome. Beautiful, but we're not done yet. Every great cocktail needs a garnish, and I harassed a bartender friend of mine to teach me how to do this one. So you're gonna take the rest of your apple here, and you're just gonna slice, just like 3 slices here on the edge. Thin ones, okay? Like so. You're gonna fan them out. Just like so. Like a deck of cards. Toothpick. And you're gonna put it right through the base of your apple slices here. Ta-da! And then you're gonna take a nice, big, beautiful cherry, put that on the end, and then somehow squeeze this all in there. Boom! Yeah, that looks awesome. Cheers, everyone. That's excellent. That's so good. You guys gotta try this. Cheers, guys.
All right, how good did that drink sound, everybody? The first time we watched it, I was like, I gotta make that. I gotta make it now. Yeah, cheers, everyone. So we're gonna go into our last awards for the night. And so I'm gonna kick it off to Tom.
We're gonna show this one, and then we have our Danny's going to take it away with a second interlude, and then we'll have our final video after that. So.
Hi, my name's Tyler Borns, owner of the video production company Borns Productions, and last year's recipient of the Ad Person of the Year award. You know, one of the interesting parts of the Ad Person of the Year awards to me is that it takes people that live behind the scenes and puts the spotlight on them for once. But that also means we have to talk about ourselves, which most of us hate. So I'm pretty excited that this year, instead of me talking about me, I get the pleasure of introducing someone who probably hates talking about themselves even more than I do, and that's Kevin Jones. But I couldn't think of someone more deserving for this year's award. Kevin has this presence when he walks into a room, and not just because he has one of the most glorious beards in our ad community. Yeah, I'm a little jealous, but because he commands the room. He commands it with his strong leadership skills, fun attitude, creative thinking, and innovative team building techniques. And it's that innovation that has helped make him an integral part of KPS3. He's been an art director, creative director, technical director, but now COO. And it's in that role he strives to help continue to ensure that they maintain a high standard of quality in every project that they do, while pushing the best client experience and providing an awesome work environment for their growing team. Kevin believes that his best trait is problem solving. And as he says, and as we all in this community know, nothing is ever really fixed. But typically, the harder the problem, the more creative the solution can become. And I know that's something Kevin really strives for. I've learned that Kevin's drive really comes from hating being told that he can't do something. And although I'm sure that's a trait his wife hates, it's also something that makes him push harder. And that's a trait I really admire, and something I think we can all adopt as we push to be our best selves in this industry and in our lives. So with that, it's with my great pleasure to introduce this year's Ad Person of the Year, Kevin Jones.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Dow. It's great seeing you. Inadvertently, a couple of years ago, someone probably gave me the biggest compliment they've ever given me. And we were sitting around, we were talking about KPS3, and they said, you know, KPS3, you have no external swagger. Fuck. That wasn't the compliment part of it, and I'm like, all right, well, as I would say, it felt like a punch to the nuts. And so we're sitting there, we're talking, but then he got to the good part. He said, you know, people don't know about you that much outside of your inner circle. People don't know what you stand for. But I've been here a couple months now, and you have internal swagger, you have internal culture for days. And that stood with me a lot. As I thought about why I would be nominated for this award, as I thought about why I would win this award, I think it's that internal swagger that I'm most proud of. I've worked on external campaigns with Dow, a lot of people in this room. I've thought about a lot of the work that I've done. It's fine. It's okay. Some of it, you might say it's good. But what we have at KPS3, and I think more specifically what we're doing in Reno, is what I'm really proud of. And a couple months ago, we were shooting some videos for the Addies, and I had a chance to interview Razid from Noble Studios. Razid was an art director from Bangladesh, and he worked at TBWA Worldwide, he worked at Ogilvy, and then he came to Reno, and he got a job at the Glen Group, and then he got a job at Noble Studios. And so obviously, he's worked at agencies that we admire, we look up to. And so we're asking him, we're interviewing people from the local community for this video series. I'm like, what's the difference? I want to know what it's like to be an art director at TBWA. And he said, it was amazing. The quality of work was incredible, so high. Everyone on that team worked toward a goal of being the most competitive team when you're working in an agency like that. And everything was about how good the work is. He said that people on that team would die for one another when it came to the work. I'm like, well, that's powerful. I know a lot of family that wouldn't even talk about each other like that. And then I said, so what's it like coming to Reno and slumping it with us? And he said, it's lovely, it's collaborative, it feels like family, and I wouldn't change it. And he said that about working here at an agency very similar to ours, Noble, and I think that's special. I think that's great. I think that what we've started to do here is some of the most influential people in advertising in Reno is create an environment where people want to work. And we all know not everyone is going to want to be part of our work families. We get that.
And so what I'm personally going to try to do and what I'm going to be better about is embracing that. You know, we have people that don't fit in with our family but want to move on to another one. It's easy to be angry about it. It's easy to be upset. But instead, when people want to branch out on their own, like when Kurt went and started his shop, if we have people that want to do that, I think we need to embrace it. We need to rise above and create an internal culture that celebrates people and knowing that we made people good enough to where they want to leave and do something else. And I think for me, that's what this is about. Constantly trying to get better with the people that we have and create an environment that people want to work. Because if we create an agency where people want to work, where people can collaborate without criticism, where we can criticize without personal feelings getting in the way, where we can talk with each other openly. That's my wonderful daughter. She does all those things. Then I believe we have something special. And so that's what I like. That's what I'm proud of. And so I'd like everyone, raise your glass. Let's make a toast to the people who prop us up, to the people who really deserve this award probably more than we do, to the people we work for, the people we work with, to the people who support us at home. You're the reason that we win awards like this. We couldn't do it without you, and we will try to make the best working experience possible for all of you because you're family. Thank you.
All right.
We have Annie. Come on up. Maybe Annie.
She might have stepped away for a moment.
Okay, we'll have her come up. We can play the next one, and then we can have her come up.
It's the PowerPoint, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So I will go ahead and share my screen with you guys. All right.
If there's one person I know who needs no introduction.
Sorry, guys. One moment. Technical difficulties as always. All right. Let's do this thing.
If there's one person I know who needs no introduction in our creative community, it's Jeff Dow. And yet here I am introducing him. There are no words to adequately describe the way Jeff's talent and his heart have touched so many lives. And trust me, his talent has also kept a few plastic manufacturers in business cranking out Addy trophies. Everyone has a I can't imagine where I'd be if this person hadn't blessed my life list. Jeff is one of those incredible souls on my list, and yours too, I'll bet. I'm honored to be presenting Jeff with the Thomas C. Wilson Lifetime Achievement Award, which is named after a brilliant man who helped put Reno on the map by launching its first ad agency back in 1939. His creativity sparked the world's first casino ad campaign. So I guess it's only fitting that his namesake award would be given to someone whose photographs and videography have made so many hospitality industry campaigns sizzle. Jeff's artistry is everywhere you look. In print, on magazine covers, on billboards, and all over the internet. Many of you watching are asking the same questions I get asked by clients. How do we delight our audience? How do we take people on a thrill ride the moment they turn a page? How do we make people feel something?
Oh, good.
That's real and really wonderful. The answer to these questions, and most others of any cosmic significance, can be found in the letters WWJD. What would Jeff do? Jeff has a knack for making creative ideas bigger and bolder than you imagined. And anytime you're discussing a project and you hear him say, "You know what I'm thinking?" it's a sure bet that your idea is about to be taken to a higher level. During the time we worked together, he's agreed to strap himself in front of a truck to get the perfect shot. He's dangled out of a helicopter, and he's scrunched into the smallest of spaces to capture and create pure magic through his lens. He's a daredevil, he's a magician, and he's one of the kindest and most gifted people you will ever have the pleasure of knowing. He is Jeff Dow.
Can my honey come back? Sometime. Can my honey come back? Sometime. I'm on a rampage jack. Sometime I get a hump in my back. Sometime I'm going over here. Sometime. Can my honey come back?
You know, the funnest thing I think about photography is just creating something. I think you're out here in the middle of the desert like alone. No. Just me and the crickets. There's not really a type of photography that I do. I think everything I do is exciting as long as it's part of the creative process. A lot of the photography that really charges me is just in the moment that you capture. Just making it look like a real moment, a happy moment, a good moment. And making that image, printing it out, having it on a substrate to look at is a tangible piece of art. And it ends up being just a really fulfilling process to make something, to be an artist, to make a living at it. It's something that, you know, I would do on my day off. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. Okay, relax. Oh, I just want to make sure I have room there. Yeah. Because when we add sky, you can do a mile. Yeah. From there up, like up in here, you slowly go into some other kind of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can slowly go to a different sense so that it's all fake. You know, doing photography for 20 some odd years, you kind of, all of life is, you just look at it different. Things that just pass in front of my eyes, they're just moments in time. And a lot of things you see are kind of within a frame, and I'm really aware of, you know, where does the story stop and where does it start? What's to the left, what's to the right? And framing that in an interesting way. So, you know, a lot of that is about, you know, composition, lighting, but a lot of it's about story. What is supportive to the story? What's not supportive to the story?
Snow, sweater. I got snow in my butt.
Am I good? I like just the difference in the type of projects and assignments I get, whether it's you know, shooting landscapes for a tourism company, or whether it's products, or whether it's a service or a manufacturer. It's all about collaborating with people and finding out what their needs are and fulfilling that. You know what I found is like just a great thing is you're in the middle of a photo shoot. You've got your camera, you're doing your thing. The art director doesn't even know what is going on. They kind of see all the stuff. They're not looking in the frame, but you've got it. You've got your focus. You're doing what you're doing. And you shoot something to the monitor and they look through the visor and you can just see it on their face. You know that you've got them. And then you have just become the hero of the day at that point. you've done it, you've made it, and it's going to work. And then from there on out, the rest of the day is good, you're on a roll, and everything from there is just like cake. It has become so much part of me that it's just what I prefer to do all the time. Maybe if I was the only person on the face of the earth, I would probably still want to just make what I make and do photography. You know, even if it's been like a week full of photo shoots and I finally get a break and I'm with my wife and my kids and I'm on vacation, all of a sudden there's a whole new set of things to take photographs.
All right. So forgive me, I look very spooky right now, but I typically work with the daylight in my office, and I don't have a lamp because who can afford one of those these days? So I'll just be spooky here, and we will go ahead and pass it off to the Jeff's acceptance speech.
Alrighty, thank you guys for all coming. And what just amazing crowd here. Thank you so much for all coming. Awesome. Okay, cool. I'm Jeff Down. That's how it all starts. Just in case you didn't know. Start with that. Start with your name. It's great seeing you all here in person for this customized and special event. I know that usually we'd be in a huge convention space with hundreds of guests and colleagues. However, I think it's pretty cool that we can be in a setting like this, and probably something like this never happen again. Just here with our loved ones and the recipients, so amazing. I'm honored to receive the Thomas E. Wilson Lifetime Achievement Award. Amazing people in this community have received this honor in the past, and I'm thankful to be thought of in such high regard. I want to take this opportunity to thank God, to thank my wife, to thank my children, Whitney and Lindsay, and my parents, and all of you in the creative community who've been such an inspiring part of my life. I want to, there are sayings and slogans, sometimes cliche phrases like, it takes a village, teamwork makes the dream work, and guess what? It's all true. The importance of community and culture are paramount. The creative collaboration of thoughts and ideas that occur within a family or a business are compounded and inspired when done together. There's another saying, better together, which brings me to the most valued and cherished part of my life. My wife Diane is truly my whole reason for living. For 33 years now, we have loved, lived, and built a life together. Secondarily, we have also built a business together. And I had focused on a creative vision, while Diane has focused on the big picture of making the dream actually work. And the fine art of connecting all the pieces to keep the ship sailing, while never losing sight of the goal. Through thick and thin, she's always been willing to do whatever it takes. Teamwork makes the dream work. The guy in the upper right-hand corner, I don't know, we'll get to him later. Our success in life and our success in business are due to Diane's relentless love, her adventurous spirit, and her patience. About the bravest thing you can do in this life is be an entrepreneur and create a successful business like Diane has, and do it while married to a creative person. It can be full of surprises, but in the midst of it all, and along the way, it's the ones closest to you that mean the most. It's the new family members that join you along the way. Trevor Dix is married to our oldest daughter, Whitney, and they have two beautiful daughters, Lily and Sophia. And just a few weeks ago, Nathaniel Franey married our daughter, Lindsay. I call them my sons because they are part of my heart and our family's legacy. The journey has been rewarding and successful due to many creative collaborators. In no particular order, I will attempt to thank them all. I think I start at the beginning, right? Starting back in the day with co-team member Chad Antos, I used to say, someday, Chad, you'll be calling all the shots, telling me what to do. And sure enough, Chad Antos calling all the shots. And now I have the chance to serve him, hopefully as good as he served me. Another co-team member, here comes, Rob Yaki of KPS3, who was part of our team and part of so many fun adventures with Jeff Dow Photography. Always willing to join in with whatever adventure came next, and is now also calling all the shots. Such good lifelong friends creates good chemistry and good creative solutions. It allows you to share the same headspace. It's like a creative machine synced up with Bluetooth. Speaking of headspace, working with creative geniuses like Joe Hansen for so many years is just one of many creative relationships that I've been part of. Some of these relationships started back in the day when everything was shot on film. You had no idea what was captured, and more importantly, what was not captured. And with little to no digital manipulation. There was a time with no Adobe, no internet. It's amazing we got anything done at all. Seriously, right? I can't even do it. It's like, oh my gosh, I have a fax machine, that's great. Joe and I have had the pleasure of working on projects for so many great national brands. Whether on land or at sea, the process has been more than rewarding. When speaking of long-term relationships, I think of creative minds like Stan Myers, Scott Mortimer, Edward Estepona, Ronnie Parker, Abby Whitaker. I had to, well, I don't have that. Love you, Abby. Absolutely. Greg Mitchell, way back in the day, right? Jim Bowserman and family. Stephanie Cruz, Mark Curtis, Jackie Shelton, Jim Rogers, Mark Bayer, Valerie Rose Glenn, Esther Isaac, Debbie Augustine, Lene Hornbarger, Gaynell Wadsworth. By the way, is amazing. We all know her, right? She's like my soldier, my sister. Like, she's just always been there. She's like the constant. She's awesome. So many great creative minds that I've had the pleasure to team up with and learn from. The list goes on and on and on with so many amazing people. Like Stephen Aramini, Paige Galeota, Brett Ryan, Diana Evans, Paul Hamill, Tim Miley. Well, it just never stops, right? It goes, well, there's so many people in our little town. Like, gosh, Greg Mason, Tim O'Brien, William Letcher, Denise Miller, Joel Iwanek, David Granby, Charlene Karp, Casey Strachan, Marnie Matisse, Brandy Anderson, Greg Givney, Amy Lockhart Bell, Man, I'm just gonna have to just keep going. I'm about 20% done, just kidding. Sheila Lubacek. Ashley Colby Frey. Oh, is this, oh, here we go. Stephanie Dow-Cheruka. So many fresh and progressive and insanely creative forces of nature. Okay, who goes right at the top of the list again? Kevin Jones. Jenny Hubert. Brian Mann. Molly Brown. Michael Leo Nardini. Matthew Forsyth. Becca D. Lemieux. Nicole Leon. Brian Raska. Claire Christensen. There's so many more that I could go on forever. Literally, we would need like a few hours. There are so many promising and determining minds in our creative community. And I will be blessed someday to work with them someday soon. And we will learn from each other. I learn from my daughters every day. If I want to keep myself in check, I just ask them, and they will gladly tell me the truth. Lindsay, who holds her master's in education, when asked her opinion on my creations, is quick and confident with her response. And you know what? She's right. I'm like, you're going to be an art director someday. You just know, you just believe it. Sometimes it's like, oh, is it red? Is it, oh, red for sure. It's like sometimes you just need that as a photographer. You're like, I don't know. I'm like 50-50. What do I do? Red, oh, for sure. Red. Oh, yeah, thank God. Whitney has worn the hat as producer at JDP on and off for several years now. Hey, that says TDC on that hat. I wonder what that is. Maybe Tulsa. Now is, for several years, now as well as motherhood and real estate. Whitney and Diane have been a constant force and literally the glue that keeps the ship watertight. To my daughters Whitney and Lindsay, and to my wife Diane, and to all of my lifelong friends, thank you for being part of my past, and more importantly, my future. There are many, 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 many more adventures to come. I am honored, and I'm grateful, and I am here.
When they elected me as AAF Reno president, I said, I'm going to burn it down. I'm burning this mother down. Like, I didn't really know that there was going to be a global pandemic, and I was actually going to burn the mother down. Anyway, I just want to thank everybody for being here. I want to congratulate all of our worthy recipients on the good work that you're doing. And more importantly, the good people that you are, and how you keep us all inspired, and you make our community a better place. I mean, it's hard to believe that Reno could be even better, but I know with the people that we have here in this room, working together, our families, Kevin, as you say, the people that get kicked in the balls and scratch their way up, the people that do the good work and find places for people that need a place to stay. Deb, who's keeping us all together. And finally, Kurt, the one-man go-getter that does it all for AAF Reno and his community, volunteers, and is now an elected official. Jeff Dow, you have my heart, my friend. Congratulations, you truly deserve this today. From AAF Reno, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time, everybody. When I said...
Right, so we're gonna actually have Annie come up and say just a couple last words since she's here. So Annie, come on up if you can, up to the screen.
Oh, how do I do my video? Got it.
You got it. There we go. Annie.
Hi, everybody. I'm calling you from my brand new backyard. I'm very excited. I think that this event at this time has been difficult, but also really rewarding. We've all worked so hard to make this happen, and it just means more, I think, to me and probably to most of us, because during a time where everything is very down and serious, we were able to come together and celebrate. And even though we had a small reception, it was delightful. And it was a step in the right direction, a step for us to be able to get together at some point in the future. Again, I want to express my gratitude for everybody that helped put this together, our sponsors who helped do things and tape videos and get this thing going, our winners especially. Again, you are so worthy and so deserving. And we appreciate you making our community a better place. And that's exactly what you do every day by doing good work. And with that, my fellow AAFers, I will send you off. Have a fantastic night. Good night.
Hi, everybody. Cheers.
Thank you so much
thank you
for
all.
joining
Yes.
us.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
coming, guys.
putting
We
this
do really
on.
appreciate it.
Congrats.
I'm gonna go make that cocktail now.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Can I just say it's an honor to just be here?
So awesome, you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.